Al-Qur'an, chapter 27. Ta, Sin. These are the verses of the Quran and a clear book, a guidance and good tidings for the believers, those who establish prayer and pay alms, and they are certain of the hereafter. Those who do not believe in the hereafter, we have made their deeds seem fair to them, so they become blind. Those are the ones who have the worst punishment, and in the hereafter they are the losers. Indeed, you received the Quran from a wise, all-knowing one. When Moses said to his family, "Indeed, I sense a fire. I will bring you news from it, or I will bring you fire, so that you may warm yourselves." When he came to it, it was announced, "Those in the fire and those around it are blessed, and glory be to God, Lord of the worlds. O Moses, it is I, God, the mighty, the wise. And throw down your staff." And when he saw it shaking, as if it were a serpent, he turned away and did not follow. "O Moses, do not be afraid, for the messengers do not fear, except he who wronged and then exchanged good after evil, for I am forgiving, merciful. And put your hand in your pocket, and it will come out white, without blemishes. It is among 9 signs to Pharaoh and his people. They are a sinful people. And when our signs came to them, they said, 'This is clear magic.' They disbelieved in it, and their souls became certain unjustly and exalted themselves. So behold, what was the end of the corrupters. We gave knowledge to David and Solomon, and they said, 'Praise be to God who has favored us over many of his faithful servants.' Solomon inherited David and said, 'O people, we have been taught the speech of birds, and we have been given everything. Indeed, this is the clear favor.' And his soldiers of jinn, men, and birds were gathered for Solomon, so they were organized. Until when they came to the valley of the ants, an ant said, 'O ants, enter your dwellings, lest Solomon and his soldiers crush you while they are unaware.' So he smiled, laughing at what she said, and said, 'My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your favor that you have bestowed upon me and upon my parents, and to do righteous deeds that please you, and include me by your mercy among your righteous servants.' And he inspected the birds and said, 'Why do I not see the hoopoi, or was he absent? I will surely punish him with a severe punishment, or I will slaughter him, or he will bring me clear authority.' Before long, hoopoi came and said, 'I have comprehended what you did not comprehend, and I have come to you from Sheba with certain news. I found a woman ruling over them, and she was given everything, and she has a mighty throne. I found her and her people prostrating to the sun instead of God, and Satan has made their deeds seem fair to them, and has barred them from the path, so they are not guided. They don't prostrate to God, who brings out what is hidden in the heavens and the earth, and knows what you hide and what you reveal. God, there is no deity but He, Lord of the great throne. He said, 'We will look to verify whether you say truth or you are a liar. Go with this letter of mine and deliver it to them, then turn away from them and see what they do and return.' She said, 'O people, I have been given a noble book, and it is from Solomon, and it is in the name of God, the most beneficent and the merciful. Do not defy me and come to me exclusively surrendered to God.' She said, 'O chiefs, give me an opinion regarding my matter. I am not conclusive until you testify.' They said, 'We are endowers of strength and mighty power, and the matter is up to you, so see what you command.' She said, 'When kings enter a town, they spoil it and humiliate its honorable people, and so they do. And I am sending them a gift, so I will see what the invoice return with.' When he came to Solomon, he said, 'Do you help me with money? What God has given me is better than what he has given you. Rather, you rejoice in your gift. Go back to them. We will come to them with soldiers that they have no precedent for, and we will expel them from it, disgraced and humiliated. He said, O chiefs, which of you will bring me her throne before they come to me as exclusively surrendered to God? Ifrit among the jinn said, I will bring it to you before you rise from your position, and I am strong and trustworthy over it. He who has knowledge of the book said, I will bring it to you before your limbs turn to you. When he saw it resting with him, he said, This is from the bounty of my Lord, that he may test me whether I am grateful or ungrateful, and whoever is grateful, he is grateful for himself, and whoever disbelieves, then my Lord is rich and generous. He said, Deny her throne to her, and let us see if she is guided, or if she is of those who are not guided. When she came, it was said, Is this your throne? She said, It is as if it were the same, and we were given knowledge before, and we are exclusively surrendered to God. And what she used to worship besides God prevented her, for she was from an unbelieving people. She was told to enter the palace, and when she saw it, she thought it was a pool of water, and she revealed her legs. He said, It is a palace paved with crystal. She said, My Lord, I have wronged myself and surrendered with Solomon to God, Lord of the worlds. Indeed, we sent to Thamud, their brother Salih, worship God exclusively. So they broke into two groups disputing. He said, O my people, why do you hasten to do evil before good, unless you ask forgiveness, God willing, that you may have mercy? They said, We see bad omen with you and those with you. He said, Your bad omen is with God. Rather, you are a people being tested. There were 9 people in the city who made mischief in the land and did not reform. They said, swearing by God, We will take him and his family. Then we will say to his guardian, We did not witness the destruction of his family, and we are truthful. And they plotted, and we plotted, and they did not perceive. So see, what was the end of their deception? We destroyed them and their people altogether. Their houses are empty because of what they wronged. Indeed, in that is a sign for people who know. And we delivered those who believed and were fearful. And Lot, when he said to his people, Do you commit immorality in clear view? Do you come to men with lust rather than women? In fact, you are an ignorant people. But the answer of his people was that they said, Expel the family of Lot from your village, for they are people who purify themselves. So we saved him and his family, except for his wife. We destined her to be of those who remained behind. And we rained down on them. So bad was the rain for the ones warned. Say, Praise be to God and peace be upon his servant whom God has chosen. God is far better than what they engage in. Who created the heavens and the earth and sent down water for you from the sky. So we made therewith grow gardens of delight, whose trees it was not for you to grow. Is there any deity besides God? But the people make his equal. Who made the earth an abode and made rivers within it and placed mountains for it and placed a barrier between the two seas. Is there a God with God? Nay, most of them do not know. Who answers the distressed when he calls upon him and removes the evil and makes you inheritors of the earth. Is there a God with God? Little do you remember. Who guides you in the darkness of land and sea and who sends the winds as heralds of his mercy. Is there a God with God Almighty, God above what they associate with him? Who initiates creation and then repeats it, and who provides for you from the heavens and the earth? Is there a God with God? Say, bring your proof if you are truthful. Say, none in the heavens and the earth knows the unseen except God, and they do not perceive when they will be resurrected. Rather, their knowledge has come to pass in the hereafter, but rather they are in doubt about it, but rather they are blind to it. And those who disbelieved said, When we and our fathers are dust, will we be brought forth? We and our fathers were told this before. This is nothing but myths of the ancients. Say, travel through the land and see what was the end of the criminals. And do not grieve over them, and do not be in distress because of what they plot. And they say, When is the promise due if you are truthful? Say, perhaps some of what you are hastening to follow will be a follow-up to you. And your Lord is bountiful to people, but most of them are not thankful. And your Lord knows what their breasts hide and what they declare. And there is nothing absent in the heavens and the earth not being put in a clear record. This Quran tells the children of Israel most of what they differ in, and it is a guidance and a mercy for the believers. Your Lord judges between them with His wisdom, and He is the mighty, the all-knowing. So rely on God, you are on the clear path. You cannot make the dead hear, nor do the deaf hear the call when they turn away. And you are not a guide to the blind for their misguidance. You are only heard by those who believe in our signs. Then they are exclusively surrendered to God. And when the saying falls upon them, we will bring forth for them a beast from the earth that will speak to them that the people were not certain of our signs. And on that day, we will gather from every community a group of those who denied our signs. Then they will be arranged. Until when they come, He will say, have you denied my signs and did not comprehend them in knowledge? What were you doing? And the world fell on them for what they wronged, so they do not speak. Do they not see that we have made the night so that they may rest in it, and the day for sight? Indeed, in that are signs for people who believe. And the day the trumpet is blown, then whoever is in the heavens and whoever is on the earth panics except those whom God wills. And all those who come will come in humility. And you see the mountains, and you think they are solid, while they pass as the clouds pass. Such is the work of God who perfected everything. He is well acquainted with what you do. Whoever brings a good deed will have something better than it, and they will be safe from panic on that day. And whoever brings evil, their faces will be cast into the fire. Are you recompensed for anything other than what you used to do? I have only been commanded to worship the Lord of this town, who has sanctified it, and He has everything, and I have been commanded to be of the ones exclusively surrendered to God. And if I recite the Quran, then whoever is guided, then he is guided for himself, and whoever goes astray, then say, I am only of those who warn. And say, praise be to God, He will show you His signs, so you will know them. And your Lord is not heedless of what you do.